So good evening, everyone. Uh, Today we're gonna discuss about 1040 basic, which is from starting page number 1, and we're gonna end up with page number 2. Now my question is, how many of you are aware with 1040? Or how many of you attended 1040 theoretical training? No one? Okay, basic question. What is 1040?
Individual return.
Individual return. Individual for what?
Individual income tax return.
Yes. So when we need to file this return?
On or before 15th of April.
Okay, that is due date. But
When you have taxable
when
income
when it
up
is
to
when it is required to file the return?
When the income exceeds exemption limit.
Okay, yes, perfect. When
yes.
when you have your income in this above the certain limit, you need to file this return. Okay, so this is the main form which includes your basic detail. What is the basic detail? Your name, first name, last name, your social security number, which is 9-digit number, and then format of the SSN is the 321. 321 means first 3-digit will be 3, then space, then dash, then 2-digit. So like this way, 1, 2, 3, dash, 4, 5, dash, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the format of social security number. Okay, for individual person. So for entity, we have the 9-digit, but that is 27 format. This is 324 format, and that is 27 format. It means that 1, 2, then dash, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the format of social security number of individual tax return, and this is the format of EIN number for entities. Okay. Now next. So if you want to file your income tax return for individual, you need your basic detail, your name, your address, your SSN. If you're married, then we need your spouse detail. If you have any dependent, we need to update your dependent information. Now then your all income incurred in the for the particular tax year and the expenses you paid for the particular tax year, we need to report on form 1040. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start entering the basic detail. For that, I will give you one PDF file. So for entire practical session, our taxpayer name is Mr. John and our spouse name is Mrs. Mary. Okay. For this entire practical session, whatever number of training will be incurred, like 5 sessions, 6 sessions, it doesn't matter. But our taxpayer name will be John Smith and spouse name will be Mary Smith. Okay. They are living in Brooklyn, New York State, United States. You can stop me anytime if you have any questions. Okay. But don't skip any questions. Now, this is the organizer page. Now let's introduce the organizer page. So what is the organizer page? So I'll tell you the situations happen in each and every for each and every client in different CPF forms. Okay, let's start from the CPF form. So what CPF form used to do normally, okay, I am just talking about the general situations in the various different CPF forms in United States. So if I'm a client, if I'm a CPF firm, and let's say Hardik is a client, okay, so what I'll do at the end of the year, into January, after the end of the year, into January month, whatever software I am using, okay, so I'll take every software has a facility, the features to print out the organizer page for respective client. or if it is a first year client, if it is a new client, we can download the blank organizer as a fresh organizer to provide to the client. So what will the client will do? Client will fill up the organizer based on the information they have, and they will get back to us with the information and with the documents. Then we will file the return based on the document and information provided by the client. Okay, organizer pages will help us to prepare the return. In all the in organizer page, we have from basic info to payment section. So if Hardik is a first year client for me, so what I'll do, I'll open the Drag software. I'll download the organizers from the software. Then I'll send it to Hardik, and I'll inform him, hey Hardik, can you please update, fill out this organizer pages respective whenever is possible, so that we can start your tax return preparation. So he'll complete the organizer pages wherever it's applicable. So now this is the organizer page of one of the software. Every software has a different format of the organizer page. Make sure, but the information will be same. Okay, so we have the first page of the organizer, which content says step 1, taxpayer information. What is the name of the taxpayer? What is the name of the taxpayer?
John Smith.
John Smith.
John Smith.
John Smith.
Okay, and the spouse name is the Mary Smith,
Mary
right?
Smith. Yes.
Okay,
Mary Smith.
and as a CPA firm, we are asking so many questions to the client to complete client's tax return, right? And few questions, and mostly the questions are same each and every year, but few questions will change based on the tax year. So like here are the common questions we are asking each and every year to the clients. Like, did you move last year? If the answer is yes, we're gonna ask more question. Hey, where did you move? Did you purchase your new home? Did you sell your old home? What did you do with your residential? Like which state you move, which city you move? So we need all the detail. If answer is yes, if the answer is no, then you can, no issue, you can go forward. uh, Here, did you have any life changes event? If it is a yes, then we need to ask the detail. If this is the detail for dependents, and here are the list of the documents. If client mark yes for a particular item, and a client forgot to provide the detail for the documents for the respective source item, then we're gonna ask for that information, right? And the step 3, we have the miscellaneous questions, which includes, hey, do you have any rental property? Did you receive any 1099 and the MISC? Any medical expenses? Any other, like, did you install any energy efficient appliances? Like other option, dependent care informations. So these are the questions you will get it. You will see in the organizer pages. Now for taxpayer basic information, this is the page of the basic detail. Now for W2, we have different format. For interest and dividend, we have different format. For capital gain transactions, we have different format. For Schedule C, nothing but a business income and expenses. Schedule D is for capital gain, and Schedule E is for page 1 is for rental and royalty income and expenses. Schedule E, page 2 is for pass-through entities. Schedule F for farming, and then Schedule A is for all the itemized deduction, like from medical expenses, real estate taxes, uh, personal property taxes, state and local income taxes, state disability insurance, then mortgage interest expenses, then investment interest expenses, mortgage insurance premium, charitable cash contributions, charitable non-cash contributions. Then any casualty happened during the year and it affected by to the taxpayer home, then we need those details, which include everything, all the in the Schedule A. Okay, so these are the informations, and we have all the different formats in different softwares. So we're gonna take an example in Drag software. Okay, my first advice is all of you is, if you know whatever information you enter in the any software, please check the output. If you don't know, if you don't check the output, whatever information you are going to enter in the software, you won't learn any forms, like whatever form it is. If it is a 1040, if it is a 1065, if it is a 1120, whatever form it is, but make sure you should know the output. Try to find out the output, whatever information you're going to enter in the text software. Okay, so I have one more detail. Okay, is it good now?
Yes.
Okay, so our taxpayer name is John Smith and spouse name is Mary Smith. This is the filing status, married filing jointly, and here we have address, New York, Brooklyn, Social Security for taxpayer and spouse. So this is the tax software. Let me close. I'll I'll start from beginning, how to open tax software, then from where, what are the features, then we're gonna enter all the basic detail. Okay. Exit, yes. So this is the direct software icon. So I'll double click here. I'll enter the password.
અરે છેલ્લે ઊભા થાવ તો પંખો સ્લો કરશું.
Okay. So this is the main screen of direct software. So we have the open and create button, calculate button, print button, view button, some different features for some different reports. We have support system here. So the all the list of the return which you already opened, it will, you can see those returns in the recent item. And if you open the software, you just click on the open and create. If it is already written, is already created in this software, you need just the taxpayer SSN. Okay, so we need to enter 234007890. Okay, double click, you can double click or you can click on the OK. So we have the direct software 1040 written now. See, direct 2020 data entry. Data entry, this is the input screen of direct software. We have various tabs here. We have various menu bar here. Like calculate is to calculate the return and see the diagnostic errors. To see the output of the return, you can click on the view and print button. Split, we don't use. So this is for uploading documents purpose. Text planner, this is if you want to import something. This is for import. This is for CMS and email. Like in some few forms, we use the direct email features linked with the direct software. This is for e-filing. Now we have various tabs from general to states. So based on the information available, we're going to enter all the details into tax software, right? Now,
દીક્ષો
hello.
Yeah, all good, sir.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so we start from beginning. So I want to enter taxpayer name with the basic detail and address. Okay, so simple way. I can find out from here. I can see here name and address. Okay, but for example, if you don't know to input, where to input, for example, you are in this tab and you are not able to find out where you should enter the name and address, you can just easily type here name and press enter button. You get the screen direct. Okay, for example, if you don't know the input of interest income, type interest. all kind of interest input you will get it here. Okay, if you don't know the input of 4797, type here, you will get it direct in that particular input. So this is a feature of one of the features of the tax software. One more thing, if you are in particular input screen, like for example we are in name and address now, okay, and just keep the cursor in the first line, in the white line item, so you will see the features of the tax software here, like calculator, calculate the return, etc, etc. Okay, so now let me delete the screen first. It is not possible to delete, so let me delete manually. Okay, we are good to go now. So as we see, what is the first one in 1040? Filing status, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so we have filing status here: single, MFS, HOH, and QW. Okay, so most of the time you will get the priority information, but if you are going to file your client return first time, then you need to ask, hello, thank you. So you need to ask the filing status of the tax client. Okay, now first step is filing status. Select the drop down. We are going to file tax return for John Smith and Mary Smith, so they are going to file tax return in Mary filing jointly. So I have selected two. Now the SSN is 234007890. 234007890. Now his name is John and last name is Smith. Okay, date of birth, let's assume he born in 1970 and occupation is a teacher. Okay, daytime telephone number 4751. Okay, enter the number here. Instead of that, cell number. Okay, best time to call, print on return, which one? Cell number we need. Email address we need. So on .smith@gmail.com. Dependent of another? No. Full-time student? No. Presidential campaign fund? No. Have you heard about the presidential campaign fund?
No,
Anyone?
sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. So here we have an options: presidential election campaign. If the checkbox is for taxpayer and spouse, read here. Check here if you or your spouse, if filing jointly, want $3 to go to fund. $3 from where? Okay, you should have to keep the question from where. ये बोल रहा है इधर कि मुझे $3 contribute करना है, लेकिन from where you will contribute the $3? I'll tell you. Checking a box below will not change your refund or tax due. Here is the answer. For example, your tax balance due after you're completing the return, your tax balance due is $100. Okay, and presidential election campaign fund contribution is $3 for taxpayer and $3 for spouse. If your client says yes to contribute, Okay. So what happened? Your tax liability will remain same. Okay. So क्या होगा? Out of $100, 3 plus 3, this $6 will go to presidential election campaign fund, and the remaining $94 IRS will take it. Got it? You won't pay more extra. So you will get the answer yes or no from client. If there is no answer, what we'll do? We'll follow prior year. Okay?
Okay.
So mostly out of 100 return, 96, 95 to 96 return, the answer will be no, or it is blank. If you don't have anything, just keep it blank. If yes, then select the fund. Okay? Now, blind. Answer the appropriate questions. Taxpayer did not live with a spouse. No. Health insurance coverage. Okay. This is the one of the question we are asking each and every to the client. One more thing. All the blue color description. This is the hyperlink of the another input screen. Okay. So if I click on the HC, I will get into health insurance coverage input screen. Okay. So this is the mandatory question we are asking to each and every client. If there is no information, we're gonna select yes. For what? Everybody on this return either had a minimum essential coverage or qualified or exemption for each and every month for the year. Okay. So we are assuming taxpayer has a minimum health insurance coverage for entire year. Now I want to close this input screen. So what should I do? I will click on the escape button. Okay. Now next detail, spouse detail. Okay, we're gonna talk the below portion later. Let's finish the spouse detail first. So spouse SSN will be 567000123. 567000123. Her name is Mary, last name is Smith, date of birth 01/01/1975. Occupation, she is also teacher. Now telephone number 475-214-5264. Now best time to talk call is cell number. Okay. If spouse, sometimes what happen, taxpayer is a citizen, but spouse non-resident alien. If it is a not citizen, we're gonna select this one. Okay. Before selecting any box, before answering any questions to yes or no, read carefully all the informations because it will impact to the tax return. Make a habit like that way. You are not supposed to skip any questions while you are preparing the return. Now ID screen. Okay, we need to ask the taxpayer whether you are going to provide your ID or license info or the state ID, whatever it is. If tech client is not ready to provide their identity, there's tax ID like, their driver license or state ID, we have an option to select client didn't provide the license or state ID. So if client has provided the driver license or state ID, we're gonna enter the detail here for taxpayer, here for spouse. Okay. Now is that if it is any other ID, we're gonna enter it here. Now we have two options. If client doesn't have any provided any ID, what we'll do, mark this box if taxpayer does not have a driver license or state ID. If client doesn't have, if client did not the client does have the ID, but they didn't provide. So what we're gonna do, we will select this tick mark. Mark this box if taxpayer did not provide a driver license info or state ID info. Clear? We cannot keep this screen blank. Either we need to update this section, either this one or either this one. We have to provide the answer. Now next step, recovery rebate credit. Okay, so we all know we had a bad situation in last year, since last year, COVID-19, and in across the world, right? So IRS announced some recovery, some amounts to provide, give to the taxpayer. So total, there were three premium till date they provided to the client, each and every individual person. Our first payment was $1,200 for each person. Second payment was $600. In 2020, there total two payments were made to the respective US citizen. So this information we have to update for each and every 1040 return. For example, if client answer that to us that they got the recovery premium, recovery amount from IRS on the particular date, like $1,200 for taxpayer, $1,200 for spouse. So total $2,400 as a first payment, and the second payment 600 for taxpayer, 600 for spouse. If there are dependent, 600 for dependent also. Okay. So now see the question: was the taxpayer or spouse a member of the U.S. Armed Force? Normally, if your client is a U.S. Armed Force person, then your answer should be yes. Otherwise, select no. Now, if your client received any payment out of total payment, you can enter appropriate payment here. If there is no payment received, and if you don't have any information, what you need to do, you need to say enter the zero here in the first payment. Okay, and zero here is the second payment. Okay, before that, I want to show you something. Output, what is the effect? Now I want to see the output. Where should I click? Click on the print and view button. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
Very good.
No. No.
એનો મતલબ એવો છે કે તમને કઈ લાઈક બધું બાઉન્સ જાય છે. અત્યાર સુધીમાં એક ક્વેશ્ચન તો આવો જ જોઈએ. We are 24 people. At least one question. Okay. See here, line number 30. Recovery rebate credit. $3,600. Taxpayer getting, right? As a
Yes.
refund. Why they are getting? Because we entered zero. Recovery rebate credit, there is no info here, right? For example, if I enter first payment here 2,400 and second payment 0, so the out of $3,600, 2,400 will be reduced. Why? Because taxpayer already got the 2,400 from IRS. Now see the, got it?
Yeah. So if they didn't get any single amount, then they get a rebate in the IRS return. If they
Yes.
receive that amount.
Perfect. Now you got it. So see, the amount has been reduced. Now it is only 1,200. Why? 600 for taxpayer and 600 for spouse. Okay.
So those who did not get any amount, so they will get full credit.
Credit, yes.
Okay.
Is this for everyone? I mean, even green card holder or IRS, everyone?
No, Siom. This is only for US citizen. And I'm not sure about the green card holder, but definitely I'll find out and answer tomorrow. Okay, because I haven't seen this like situation in last entire year. That's why.
I have another point. Did we receive any receipt from client, or we have to depend on the just they provide information or a bank statement or something for this amount we receive something amount or that?
No, if client says I got this amount, that's enough.
Okay, okay.
There's no need any proof or any supporting documents. Okay, so right now we are entering zero. Let's assume taxpayer did not receive any amount. Okay. Now what next? We enter the taxpayer info. We enter the spouse info. We answer the health insurance about. We answer the ID screen. We updated the detail for recovery economic impact payment. Okay. Now address 6406 Mayflower Street. 6406.
Sir, I have got a question. When this
Yes.
will be getting married filing joint, or it's separate
Whatever
claiming
status,
spouse
no,
exemption?
whatever status it is. Okay.
Hmm.
If you are a
Hmm.
single, then you will get 1,200. This is
No,
for
I'm asking about the checkpoints which are there, spouse exemption, relating to spouse exemption.
yeah. In that case, when you have the spouse.
No, sir, I'm talking about non-resident alien. There is a
Yeah.
checkpoint below spouses.
Yes. In that case, if taxpayer is a US citizen,
Hmm.
okay, and spouse is a non-resident alien, okay. Right now,
Okay.
I'll show you the live example. Let's say both are US citizen now, and you will get now there is no exemption in 2020 return. Taxpayer spouse, what is the deduction? 24,800. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Now, if you select non-resident alien,
Hmm.
still same.
Hmm.
See, if it is a non-resident alien, hello. If it is a
Hello.
non-resident alien, hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear.
Okay. If it is a non-resident alien, initially the taxpayer used to claim get an exemption for that. Okay. Now there is no
Okay.
exemption because standard deduction has been increased to double amount.
Okay.
Okay. And non
The
if it is a non-resident alien, it should not be have SSN number.
SSN.
Yeah, that's why.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
And this married filing separate claiming spouse exemption. I'm talking about that. Spouse is not filing a return, or spouse has no USA income. Is the same thing, right?
no, that is different thing. Our filing status is married filing jointly right now, right?
Correct.
If
Yes.
if the filing status is married, like both taxpayer. See, here
Okay.
John also taxpayer and spouse Mary also taxpayer. When we
Correct.
say both taxpayer, it means that see spouse is John is a married spouse, and Mary is a John spouse, a spouse. Okay, the both taxpayer
Yes.
is each other's spouse. We cannot say
Hmm.
Mary is only the spouse, but John also is
Hmm.
a spouse of Mary. So if
Hmm.
his filing status is married filing separately, your
Okay.
limitation, your exemption, your benefit will be reduced to 50%.
Okay.
Okay. So if you see the standard deduction limit, it will reduce, right?
Okay.
Now, for example, we are filing the return for John Smith.
Hmm.
However, we need to update the detail for the Mary Smith
Okay.
to inform the IRS this person is a spouse, is a wife of the John Smith, and
Okay.
there are detail. Now, another question is IRS asking
Hmm.
is the spouse filing the return? if it is not filing the return, we'll select the spouse is not filing the return. Okay.
Okay.
The another option
Okay.
is spouse has no US income. That's why she is not filing the return. Now let's check the
Okay.
exemption amount. If it is increasing or decreasing. I don't, oh, I did the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button. $12,400.
Okay.
Why
So
it
no
is
change.
no change? Why it is required? Because in the when married filing the return, okay,
Hmm.
because here we have selected, right? Here we are
Hmm.
selecting spouse is not filing the return, and if,
Hmm.
for example, suppose Mary filed the return, so she will get also
Hmm.
12,400 deduction.
Correct.
Okay, and
Yes.
both taxpayer income, if they are filing separately. Okay,
Hmm.
so if Mary and John, both taxpayers' net income, total income is less than 12,400 each, they don't need to
Hmm.
file that tax return. Why? Because
Okay.
they are getting deduction up to 12,400, right? If
Correct.
they are filing joint return, so the deduction limit will increase to $24,800. So in that case,
Hmm.
if they are filing joint return and their income is less than $24,800, so
Hmm.
they should not need file the return. Or they can file the return, but they do not need to file the return. Okay.
Okay.
But if you are filing MFS, you must provide spouse detail.
Okay.
This is mandatory. You need, see, if your spouse is a US green card holder, you citizen, it doesn't matter. You, if you are filing joint return, obviously you will provide. But if you're filing separate return, you have
Hmm.
to provide your spouse name, date of birth, occupations, SSN. If there is no SSN,
Hmm.
taxpayer, you need to apply for taxpayer identification number for your spouse. Okay,
Okay.
so these details required. So we are done with filing status. We are done with the name, SSN. Now we are going to we enter address. Okay. So how you will identify whether the taxpayer has to file which state return? Okay, let's complete the address first. Zip code is 11201. 11201, King County. Okay. Now, see, before we selected New York State, here the state was not there. Okay. Now, resident taxpayer lives in New York State. So, do taxpayer need to file the return? Does taxpayer need to file the return New York State or not required?
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
Now, down bottom, we are done with the address. So, let's see the output now. Okay. Now, is it good now?
Mhm.
Okay. So, name, SSN, address. Now, what's the next question? What is the next question? At any time during the year, did you receive, did you means taxpayer, okay? Did you receive, sale, send, exchange, whatever it is? Did you made any transaction in foreign, in virtual currency? Virtual currency means
Coin.
Crypto.
Cryptocurrency.
cryptocurrency, yes.
Bitcoin.
Okay. So this is the question for like health insurance, cryptocurrency, for foreign bank account. These are the questions we are asking to each and every year to respective client. See, we cannot follow the prior year in this case. We can just assume to for the time being to clear the diagnostic. Normally, what we used to do if we don't have this answer, so we select the no for the same, and I'll put the note to my reviewer saying that we have assumed that taxpayer did not have any transaction in the virtual currency, hence we have selected for no for the same. But make sure you have to complete the answer. Click on the data entry, right? This is the output. Now I need to go to the input screen. Where should I click?
Data and
Data entry. Okay, so where is the input? Can you help me to find out the input?
Name and address.
Name and
Name
address.
and address.
Okay. Now where we were?
Foreign
Yeah.
currency and virtual currency questions.
At any time during the year. This is the question, right? We are selecting no. And what we're gonna enter? Note. Taxpayer didn't have any transactions selected no for the same. Please confirm. खबर पड़ी?
yes, sir. Sir, how cryptocurrency?
Yes, sir.
Sir, if we buy and sell over the cryptocurrency, how the treatment over there in the
Normal, like we need a sale price, we need a cost basis, we need a date of purchase, we need a date of sale. Okay,
something
so
like capital gain over
yeah,
there?
same like capital gain. There is no change in the transaction, entry transaction, like same like we have stock transactions. Okay, we need the quantity if available. So normally what we used to do, I have made a few transaction in last year for one of my client. So like the same way, like if you have Bitcoin transactions, what we're gonna enter, we enter the cryptocurrency name in the description. Then we need a date, actual date of the sale. In that case, you cannot assume and you cannot club all the sale date. Okay, like we used to do in the in the summary entry in the normal scheduled transaction. Okay, why? Because it's a very serious transaction, and so IRS is very cautious about this cryptocurrency. Okay, that's why these questions came out in the last year, since last year. So we need the date of sale and purchase, the transactions, like amount of purchase price and amount of sales price, and we'll select always like transactions didn't report to the IRS itself. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna discuss in the 89 49 lecture. So these are the detail we need to complete the transactions.
Okay.
This is my practical example what I did in last year. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're done with these questions. Now firm, we are preparing the return. Like if we are, say for example, we are working in one of the CPA firm. Okay, so obviously we need to see in the 1040 return, what we need in the down bottom, we need address, name of the paid preparer, form address, form name, EIN number of the details. If the return is self-prepared, so we're gonna enter it here. These are the details who prepared the return from third party to paid preparer. Okay. So now here, or form has some different ID. So let's select the one here now. Preparer. Select preparer name. Who is the preparer? Preparer means who gonna sign the tax return. Okay, paid preparer. So every preparer has provide with the ID, date of entry, data entry. Enter the ERO. ER means electronically registered officer like ERO, like who has a right to file the return online, like e-file the return. Okay. So ERO number. Why it is not accepting the same? Okay. Now this is for invoice between taxpayer and CPA form. Now this section is for to generate interest and penalty of your less payment. For example, IRS says you have to pay advance tax payment. Advance pays tax payment means estimated tax payment. Okay, in USA we call estimated tax payment. In India we call advance tax payment. Okay, so based on the prior year tax liability, you have an options to pay the taxes in the quarter in the quarterly. Each and every quarter you need to make a payment based on your prior year tax liability or current year actual earning. So mostly we call as a actual method and the safe harbor method. We're gonna discuss in detail in the payment lecture, but this is the overview. So taxpayer has a two options to make a advanced estimated tax payment. One, they can make a select the safe harbor method, which is 110% tax of your prior year liability. Okay. And another is the actual. Actually means every quarter based on your income you are taxpayer on, you can make a payment. So for that you need prior year tax liability for federal and state. Okay. So now we are assuming taxpayer last year had a of $65,000, $6,500 tax, the federal, and no, yes, and $6,000 in state, California state. Okay, one more thing. In the direct software, in for few topics, you will get the video also. If you don't understand what is the virtual currency, how it happens, so here we have the video. Like once you click here, reporting how to report the virtual currency, you will get it video there. Okay.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes,
Do we have any some limit or for estimated tax limit? Estimated tax.
Limit means
Do we have a specific income more than that $5,000 or $6,000 or something?
yes, there was a limit. There is a limitation, but I don't know the actual number. But it is
Oh.
very less. It is very less. I know.
Okay, so normally in all the clients we normally we consider 110%.
Yeah. Normally what happen, Harshil? Harshil, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Normally what happen, Harshil? Mostly the client has a payroll. Okay,
Okay.
they are working for any companies, so they used to withhold the taxes from their salary and wages. Okay, so in that case they rarely used to pay additional taxes when they file the return. They're always getting refund from their overpayment.
Okay.
Okay, so based on the calculation happen in your payroll in your company, so the tax withholding will happen will deducting from each and every payroll cycle. Okay, if you are a self-employment person, if you are running your business, if you are doing your business, so based on your income, like into your business, your earning income, your investments, etc., etc., you will pay the taxes. You know how you are earning, right? Each and every year.
Okay.
If your earning is increasing each year 15%, so you will make an assumption like that way, and client will make a payment in that way. Okay.
Okay, understood. Yeah.
Yeah, so we and few clients they used to follow the actual method. They are not agree to pay the 110%. Okay, they says no. At the end of the each and every quarter, whatever income I earn, I'll pay the taxes based on that income. So in that case, for that particular client, we need to make a calculation for each and every estimated quarterly payment.
Okay,
Okay.
understood. Yeah.
So depends on the client requirement and depends on the client situations. But in out of 100, in 90 to 95%, mostly you'll get a withholding from W2 and for respective other incomes.
Okay, understood. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
how to identify which states is applicable to the taxpayer?
We'll go there. Okay, we'll go there. Just give me a moment. Okay, so this is the output. You all know, right? So we have multiple tab here. If you want to see all the forms, you can see here. Now, if you want to select all forms, just click the Control A. All forms will be selected. Then you can print it from here. Okay. So while doing the printout, you can just select the print selected forms. If you want to make a hard copy, you can select the respective printer nearby you. If you want to make a print PDF, select the direct PDF printer or Microsoft. I always prefer direct PDF printer. Why? Because direct, we are taking the printout from direct software. If you selected a direct PDF printer, it will ask you, do you want to enter the password? Always unchecked unless and until it is specifically instructed to you. Okay. Now take the printout, save the PDF. Like that way you can take out the printout. Federal, we have sets. This is the different sections: electronically filing detail, federal detail, worksheets, miscellaneous info, notes if and errors, and the state info. Okay, so here we have first initial, these are the errors. So many errors. It says you cannot the file return now. You have to clear all the required errors. Then you can file your return online e-file. Okay, so we're gonna clear all e-filing errors. Oh, sorry, I just came out from. Now your question, who was the question? State return, yes. So since we have selected the residential tax state as a New York, so we need to file state return of the New York state, right? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If taxpayer is a resident of Illinois, if taxpayer is living in Chicago, so we need to file Illinois return. If
Yes.
taxpayer live in California, we need to file California. If taxpayer lives in Texas, do we need to file?
No.
Yes or no?
Can there be multiple returns for state?
That is
Yes.
that is non-resident states, Disha. Okay, we
Okay.
are now right now we are talking about just a one residential state for the client, wherein taxpayer maintaining the principal home. Okay, at end of the day, taxpayer used to go to the home. That's the principal home. Okay,
Okay.
so for the respective where taxpayer live, we need to file the respective state income tax return. For like Florida and Texas, no need to file income tax return. Why? Because in the Texas and Florida, there is no individual income tax on the state level.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So if taxpayer residential state is Texas, however, you need to report each and every item into the tax software to prepare your federal tax return. You cannot skip any item which incurred in the taxes. Okay, you no need to file your Texas income tax return, but you still need to file your federal income tax return. Okay, and one more thing, in 1040 return, you need to update all the information, your income, worldwide income. You cannot skip any income which you earn outside of the United States. You have to report all the income you earn in across the global. Okay.
sir, for taxes, we have to file, right? But we don't have to pay. So Florida is the same case.
Yeah, in the Florida also.
Okay. Okay.
Got it? All basic.
Yes.
Okay. So let me see output in the text software. Okay, instead of in blank Internet Explorer. I think few people are having dinner. That's why they are silent. भूख तो मुझे भी लगी है भाई. Okay, so we are done with this section. Dependent. Let's assume we don't have any dependent now. In the below of the second page, we have the occupation of the taxpayer. One more thing. See, if your taxpayer has any doubt, like if the field their identity has been used for theft, identity theft or loss, if they have any doubt on that, they can request to IRS to generate the PIN. So what happened, so IRS will issue the separate PIN number to each and every taxpayer. So what happened? The client will provide us that PIN number when to their preparer. If they are filing by themselves, they will enter the PIN number by themselves. If we are filing on behalf of them, so they will provide us the PIN number. Okay. So for that, what information you need? So you need this form 14039, identity theft affidavit. Okay, this is the basic overview. I just put it from IRS website. When people find that they become victim of identity theft or find themselves at a risk of having personal identity stolen, they can alert to the IRS about the situation with this form 14039. Okay.
Hmm.
As you selected something indicating whatever information applicable is to the taxpayer, will select appropriately and will send it to the IRS. So what happened? Once IRS will get this form, they will what they will issue?
PIN.
PIN number. That PIN number when we required, when we
To file.
file,
While filing the return.
perfect.
Sir, this PIN remain will static for whole the year. I mean, for every year.
Yeah, for each year, no. PIN will change each and every year. But for particular will be same. Like for 2020, you can use for 2020. For 2021, it will change it.
It's again a taxpayer have to apply for that.
Yes. Okay. So this is the output. Now, once we take the print out, once we finalize the return, taxpayer and spouse will sign the return. If here Akash is a filing, Akash is a partner and Akash is a paid preparer for that. So what Akash will sign the return and will submit to the IRS. Okay. So if for example, Akash is a paid preparer and he prepared my return and he signed the return and he gonna e-file my tax return. So does he need any information before filing the tax return, or he can just directly prepare the return and submit to the IRS?
He needs to have a PTIN.
PTIN, that's true, but he need my authorization, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what before any preparer before filing the return, what all the paid preparer will do, like CPF firm used to do, they will send the draft return to the respective client, and they will send the form ATS 79 to the client hand asking for the authority and sign their respective form. Okay. Once we get the authorization from the client, we can e-file or we can file the return on behalf of our client. Okay.
So
So without
along with return or before that?
this up to you, but before filing the return,
And
On
what
or
form
before?
we need to send?
ATS 79.
Do we have a concept of digital signature over there?
Yes, we have all the concept here. So this is the form, IRS e-file signature authorizations, which the detail includes taxpayer name, spouse name, social security number. We have total AGI, total tax, federal income tax withholding from different various sources. If it is a refund, it will show, you can see in line number 4. If it is a tax due, which taxpayer is going to pay, it will, you can see in line number 5. Now second part is taxpayer and spouse. I authorize person name. I authorize ERO form name. Okay, to enter the PIN number. This is ERO PIN number. Then this form, signed form, will get it back from client. Once we get this signed form, then and only we can file the tax return. Clear?
Okay, whether we have to submit this form with their income tax return or not, or it's for our documentation only.
No, this will go with no signed. See, this blank form, it will go with the IRS, but the signed return, a signed form, you will keep with you. When you e-file the return, all the respective forms which is generated by your software, okay,
Okay.
IRS will get it when you file the return.
Okay.
Now we're going to talk about income. Okay, what is the standard deduction? 24,800. Why here 24,800? Because taxpayer and spouse are filing joint return. If it is single or MFS, 12,400, right?
Hmm.
If it is a filing joint return or qualified widow, 24,800. Head of household, 1,800, 650. So these are the standard deduction limit. Now, dependent info. If we have a dependent, we'll enter here line number 1 to 15, which includes income, deductions, and taxable income. Okay, so which is my first line?
Wages, salary.
Wages, salary. Okay, so when you will get wages or salaries?
That
When
person
we
do the
provide
job.
services,
When the person doing job, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So we are done with this organizer. John Smith done. We don't have any answer here. Now this is the W2. When you will get the W2?
At the end of year,
Yes, at the end of the year. But in which situation you will get it?
When a person is employed.
Employee, yes. So this is the W2. 3 things you, before you enter any information in your tax return, 3 things you should keep in your mind. First is the tax year, the return which you are preparing. Second thing, payer name or recipient name. Okay, where your taxpayer or spouse name must be there, either in payer or recipient, whatever, wherever it is. Now third thing is SSN number.
Okay.
Social security number. Okay, if all 3 items informations are matching, you can go ahead and enter the tax return into the tax return. Okay, now since this is the W2, where should I enter?
Wages.
Wages, right? So we have an option W2 wages, or if you are not able to find out, you can enter W2, you can enter wages, or just you can direct click on the wages. Okay. Is it possible you will get a W2 in joint name? Is it possible?
No.
No.
No. If husband and wife both are working, so both will get the separate W2 on behalf of inter-perform during the service, right? For example, if husband and wife both are working in same company, so will they get one W2 or two W2?
Two.
2 W2.
One,
Separate.
one for taxpayer and one for,
Spouse.
okay. So if there is a W2, so what we need, एक तो income चाहिए, income होगी तभी W2 आया होगा, right? दूसरा
Yes.
दूसरा क्वेश्चन, W2 अगर वेजेस तुमने पूरे साल जो भी पैसा कमाया है उस पे टैक्स पे किया है कि नहीं किया, विथहोल्डिंग हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है, ठीक है?
Yes.
So this is done for federal. Now think about state. Okay, if taxpayer is residential state is New York, so what we need, New York income and the withholding made from in wages income for New York state, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you see the any documents, so don't start entering directly into tax software. Think about the nature of the tax forms, respective forms. Okay, all forms has a separate nature, like income, expense, deductions, like whether it's for credits. So now we have boxes here. You can see each and every, you can see, right, each and every boxes, right?
Yes.
Let me zoom it.
Yes.
Let me zoom. So one more thing, each and every company are using different software. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So obviously each and every person will get the different format of the W2.
Mm.
Okay. So this is the one kind of format of this W2. So, okay. So during the entire practical session, you will see the multiple format of the W2.
Okay.
Okay. So for W2, when you see the W2, your question should come, who is a payer? Like from whom you get the W2. Okay, here the name is a Tired and In-law LLC. Now, who is the recipient? John Smith. John is, are we going to, are we preparing the John Smith return?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Which year? 2020.
Yes.
Is the document related to the 2020?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So answer is yes. I can go ahead and enter the return into the tax software. So since it is related to taxpayer, what should I select here?
Taxpayer.
Primary taxpayer.
Taxpayer. Okay. So T for taxpayer, S for spouse, and J for
Joint.
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 Okay. So EIN number, as I told you in the initial of the in the beginning of the session,
7.
EIN number, each and every entity or person should have
27.
one identity number. Okay, one identity number means that entity has a EIN, employer identification number, and the person has a social security number. Okay, so here we have EIN number here in box D. Let me zoom it a little bit. Okay, EIN number, federal ID number. So I have two options. I can enter manually here, or I can copy and paste it. My personal suggestions, always try to use copy and paste. Why? Because is your error will be reduced. Okay. So I'll copy, and to paste into the drag software, you cannot click Control V. If I press Control V, it will calculate the return. So what I need to do, Control Shift V for paste the information. Okay.
Yes.
See, one more feature of the track software. If someone has already entered the same information in any software, sorry, in any tax return, the information when you enter the EIN number, it will pop up automatically.
Okay.
Did you notice that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it will save your time. See, 208 N Henry Street, 208 N Henry Street, etc. etc. Okay. If address is changed, you can change it address. No issue. You can change anytime. All right.
Hmm.
Now we enter this info. We selected for John Smith. We have entered the EIN number, employer ID. This is the wrong. Now, what is my wages?
$8,000.
$8,000. $8,000. Do I have any federal withholding?
No.
No.
No. So there is no withholding. Now, how much do I have social security wages?
Sir, is it possible of not having a withholding with federal?
Yes. Is it possible? It is possible. Why? Because if your income is less than, see, here the income is $8,000.
Okay, so
It is less than standard deduction, right? If taxpayer
correct.
doesn't have any source of income other than the wages, obviously they do not need to file the return. Okay, but obviously whatever income it is, taxpayer has to will be getting W2 from their employer. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Param, your answer. So I'll just copy and paste. Okay, and I'll do, I'll press Control Shift and V button. And Nikhil, your answer. We need 14039 is compulsory.
Sir, what is 14039 again?
We talk about the PIN number, right? Identity theft affidavit.
Okay,
To generate the PIN number.
Yeah.
Okay, this thing is a different, and authorization, signing the authorization is a different matter. Both are different. All right.
So you mentioned right now it's required 14039.
14039 is for PIN number.
Yeah.
And 8879 is for signature. Okay. So if your return is qualifying for e-file, your form 8879 will pop up automatically. The software will generate. You no need to enter the data manually.
Okay.
Okay. It will, for each and every return, even for entity also. So e-file authorization will generate automatically. But you should know why it is generating. Okay. So here in this case, so what is my social security income? 8,000. So 8,000. There is no change, right? If it is a different amount than wages, so I'll enter respective number. So why it is populating automatically? Anyone has any answer?
It is calculated at 6.2%.
6.2% on
Social security wages.
perfect. Param, one more thing. See, I am deleting. Okay, so let me delete the W2 first. Everyone, please see in my screen properly. Okay, so this is the taxpayer, right? So what should I select here?
T.
Text T, right? Now I have two options. I can enter EIN number manually, or I can copy and paste, right?
Yes.
So I just copied from the PDF file, and if I press Control V button, it will not work. Look at this one.
Control Shift
Control
V.
Shift V.
Okay. So oh my god. See, I just pressed escape button, so it throw me out to out of the screen. Data entry. I'll press Control, Shift, and V. Okay. So once I press, see the EIN number is already entered in any tax return by someone else in this tax software. So if I am a second person or from second person, and if I enter the same EIN number, so the name and address will pop up automatically. This is the best feature of this software. Okay.
Mm.
Now, see if once we select a T, this employee name will pop up automatically. If I select the S here, the name will change from John Smith to Mary Smith. Everyone notice that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's
Mm.
keep it taxpayer now. Now my taxpayer wages was $8,000. There was no income tax withheld. Now we were on social security wages. Okay. Why it is 496? $6.2. 8,000 multiplied by 6.2%. This is social security wages. This is social security. This is percentage. Okay.
Mm.
Now, this is the limit of each and every year. Social security wages limit will be defined by IRS. Like in 2020, we have 137,700 for 2020 tax year. If your income is more than 137,700 dollars, it will limited up to this much only. For example, my income is 500,000. Okay, this is box 1. Box 1 means
Wages.
wages, and this is federal withholding, box 2. Okay, for example, let's 12%. I'm just guessing the number. Okay, now my SS social security income will be, can anyone guessing?
137700.
Very good. Why not 500,000?
Because social security.
There is a limit to it.
There is a limit of
Limit.
2020 tax year. Okay, which is defined by IRS. Like 137,000, you cannot make a contribution. If you make a contributions withheld like more than 137,000, what you will get it? You will get a refund of extra amount. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this multiplies 6.2%. Now this is my social security withholding. Okay, for example, taxpayer. Now company 1, this is company 2. Okay, let's for example, taxpayer change the job during the year. When, it doesn't matter, but during the year taxpayer change the form, and in the first form taxpayer earning were 250,000. So this is income, W2 wages. Okay, now this will be federal withholding, this will be SS wages, this is SS withholding, this is Medicare wages, and this is Medicare withholding. Okay, now federal withholding will be, for example, 10%. Sorry, this into 10%. Okay, now social security wages will be,
137700.
now this multiplies 6.2%. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Medicare wages is, let's assume, same as wages, and this will be 1.45. We'll
1.45.
discuss later after social security. Okay, multiply. Okay, let's skip it now. Now in under the form, taxpayer has a 300,000 income. Okay, and on federal, let's say 15% withholding, and social security on by
137.
and by mistake.
0.
Okay, now my questions comes. Okay, if you have any different answer, just let me know. This is my total, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
should go to line. This is I'm talking about the form 1040. It should go to line 1 of 1040, line 1. This will be going to line 25A. This is nowhere. This is also nowhere, or which one is correct?
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Okay, how much?
8537
As a
refund.
Refund.
clear everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
કેમ આ પૈસા પાછા આયા?
Excess. Excess
કારણ
of
કે
Click કર્યા છે.
કારણ કે
In
તમે
excess of
કારણ કે તમે IRS ની લિમિટ કરતા વધારે કોન્ટ્રીબ્યુશન કરી દીધું હતું. કોન્ટ્રીબ્યુશન એટલે વિથહોલ્ડિંગ ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ. બરોબર છે? તમે તમારી કંપનીએ બાય મિસ્ટેક અલગ obviously this will happen when you have multiple W2. Okay, so if you see you have entered twice, we have to report each and every boxes from respective W2. We cannot skip it. अगर हम ये skip नहीं कर, हमको पता है कि we are entering double. Okay, so we cannot ignore it. We have to enter it. So this amount will taxpayer will get as a refund. Okay, we'll see the live example here. Same example will enter, but before that we will finish this $8,000 example. Okay,
Hmm.
so what is my New York state ID? Now do I have anything in box 7, 8, 9, 10? Check it. Do I have anything in box 7, 8, 9, 10,
no.
11,
No.
12?
No.
Why I have more than one box in 12? And does anyone have any idea?
It is for detailing of state taxes.
No, that see state part will be from line number 15 to 20. Box number. You can call box number, line number, whatever you prefer. Okay.
If
So
there is any Medicare
box number 12 is for different types, various types for deductions and contributions.
yes.
Okay.
401k.
Like 401k, 403k, various kind of all kind of contributions, all kind of deductions. That should not be fixed only one. Okay, if taxpayer has a multiple taxpayer opt in for multiple options, in that case you will get the multiple numbers in box 12. Okay, so box 12 is for various exemptions, deductions, contributions. Like we have PF contributions, right?
Yes.
Okay, in US what we,
ATC.
ADC, so we have so many. Like in US also there are multiple. So when taxpayer will opt in during the service for employer, right?
Hmm.
Okay, now और ये box 12 fixed नहीं होगा. Every year it might same, it might change. Okay, so now we don't have anything on box 12. We don't have anything. Box 13. 13 option is for like statutory employee retirement plan, third party sick pay. So mostly based on the box number 12 detail, this tick mark will pop up automatically in different software, or in some software we have to select manually based on from W2. Okay.
Yes.
Now I
Yes.
have a New York state wages. So what I'm going to do, what I'll select here, New York, right?
Hmm.
Do I need to enter the state ID?
Yes.
Okay, let me copy. Control Shift
E.
V. Does Taxpayer have any state withholding? No. Now, what information we entered? One, federal wages. Two, federal withholding. 3 and 4 is for like social security and Medicare wages, right? And fifth is a state wages.
State wages.
Okay, let's start from federal. Where I can check the output by clicking
View or print.
view and print button.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, Janam.
Yeah, is it compulsory to have a same gross wage, social security and Medicare amount? It could be a different, right?
Yeah, it could be a different. Depends on your contribution given on line 12.
Okay.
For example, I'm just taking one example, okay? Janam. For example, my wages is $8,000 here, right?
Hmm.
But I am an employee and I opted in my retirement contributions $1,000, $100 for each year. So what happened, my wages will be reduced to $100 and from 8,000 to $7,900.
Right.
Okay, but my social security will remain the same. It won't affect. Why? Because my gross income is $8,000. ओके तुम्हें आईआरएस में जो टैक्स लगेगा वो कौन सी अमाउंट पे लगेगा? बॉक्स 1 में जो अमाउंट होगी ना वही अमाउंट पे यू नीड टू पे टैक्स और विथहोल्डिंग उसी अमाउंट पे लगेगा. ओके, बॉक्स 1 कैलकुलेशन इज डिफरेंट, बॉक्स 3 कैलकुलेशन इज डिफरेंट and box 5 calculation is different. Okay,
Right.
Never compare these 3 boxes with each other.
Yes.
But 99% you will see the same numbers.
Right.
Okay,
Because I have seen some of the W2 with the
Yes,
different
yes.
amounts, so that
So,
is why I have question.
so Zainab, in that case you have seen box 12 with code D. D means elected refers which 401k 401k contributions.
Right.
Okay, तो वो
Yes.
यहाँ पे जो अमाउंट होगी ना बॉक्स 12 में उसी अमाउंट का डिफरेंस होगा. देखना.
Right. Right.
Okay,
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
now let's see the output. What is line 1 says?
Wages.
Wages, how much?
8,000.
What we entered in the soft input? 8,000.
8,000.
8,000.
It is flowing properly.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. If answer is yes, if you are sure, then you can say yes. Okay, this is flowing properly. Now what about my federal withholding? Do I have anything in line 25A?
No.
Why? Because we haven't entered anything on federal withholding, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now I don't see here any state social security withholding. Why? Because this is under the limitation. What if it is above the limitation?
Refund.
Refund. Perfectly. Okay, now next we're gonna see that example. Before that, we will see the output in the state return, because never ever skip state return. Now I will go to New York State. New York State says we have 4-page tax return of New York State. We have 2 pages state 2 pages tax return of federal tax return. Okay, New York State same as federal. We have basic detail like name, last name, date of birth, SSN number, address, and the filing status, and a few questions here. Each and every state has a different format, different question, different exemption, different deductions. Each and every state has a different authority, or norm, rules and regulations. So never compare one state with another. Okay.
Okay.
Now page 2 starts from income, and the form number is for resident state in the New York 8201. Okay, it is starting from federal wages. How much we entered in input W2? 8,000.
8,000.
It,
$8,000.
it is flowing perfectly, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so income will you can see the income in the income section. You can see withholding in payment section. Line number 72, New York State withholding. If we have any withholding, now I'm going to enter withholding. For example, I have a $100 of federal withholding and $75 state withholding. Okay?
Yes.
So now let's check the output.
Okay.
Yes, there is no difference in state for state social security or Medicare wages. Now 1040, line 25A. How much it is says
100.
where we entered
Federal income tax withheld.
okay, it is increasing your tax liability or it is reducing your tax liability?
Reduce.
Reducing. Refund
Reducing
has
your
increased.
this is the payment made by the taxpayer, right, to the IRS from
Yes.
via their taxpayer's employer, right?
Yes.
Same like
Yes.
we used to do take a deduction TDS
TDS.
from our
Yes.
salary.
Yes.
So I have a 8,000 income. Now out of 8,000, I got a deduction of 24,000, which is higher than my income. So everything, whatever payments will be there, I will get a refund. Okay, so $100 I paid during my employment, and 3,600 I got it benefit from IRS as an economic impact payment. So total payment I will get as a refund from IRS will be $3,700. This is for federal. Now let's see the state return. How much we enter as a state withholding?
75.
So my income wages will be remain same, $8,000. Okay, I had there is a standard deduction of 16,050. $16,050 is a New York standard deduction. Now page 4 says $75 withholding. So what I will get 70 taxpayer will get refund as a $75 in the $75 refund. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Now we are increasing the number. Okay, we gonna enter the same number what we enter in Excel file. For example, I am changing this one to 250,000. Now, sorry, 250. Now my federal withholding is $25,000. See, it automatically is changed from 8,000 to $137,700. So I do not need to do anything. Software will take care automatically, but you have to check it. Okay. See, my Medicare withholding will be Medicare wages will be same. Okay. So Medicare wage withholding will be 1.45%. So this 250 multiply 1.45. Control D, Control R. Okay. So this is my total Medicare withholding, right?
Yes.
So in Medicare withholding, we have a form 8959 for additional Medicare withholding. If you pay more, then you will get via 8959 form. We'll see now.
What is
Let
the limit?
8959 is for additional Medicare taxes. I'll show you now. Okay, just give me 5 minutes. Let's finish this two entry. So we just finished the 8537, this one. Now forget about state now. Okay.
Sir, over here it is 4075 instead of 3625. We have mentioned it manually.
because it's higher than 200,000. That's why. Okay, hold on. That's why I'm saying give me 5 minutes. 4075 is nothing but the Medicare taxes limit is 200,000. This is your dear Samendra. Hello. Okay. So this is the limit. If your Medicare wage is higher than 200,000, you need to pay 0.09% extra as additional Medicare tax. Okay. So my 200,000, 1.45% is how much? 29, right?
Yes.
This multiply by 0.09. Sorry. Total will be 250. 3625. Now what is the remaining? 50,000, right?
Yes.
So this multiply 0.9, 450. How much?
407.
Got it? I'll
Yes,
show
sir.
in 4, 18 and 59. Okay. Just give me a moment. So let's finish these transactions. So Medicare wages, taxes will be 4075. Now let's see the output first. What will be line 1 says?
Federal wages.
Federal wages. How much? 250,000, right?
Yes.
And what is our withholding?
25.
25,000.
25,000. See, here $450 coming from other forms.
Form 8959.
Okay,
It's additional.
Additional Medicare tax.
it is coming from Form 89.
59.
Okay, I will talk it. Now, check Form 89 59. What says additional Medicare taxes? If you pay less, you need to pay. If you pay more, you will get a refund. Got it?
Yes.
Okay.
So how much is the limit? For 2020, we have 250. Okay. So in this case, this is a 0. Now, how much we paid extra? 4075, right? So remaining 450 we got as a refund. So this limit has increased to 250 in 2020. It was 200,000 in 2019. Okay. So here also calculations. This is the 1.45%, 3625. So remaining extra payment you will get it as a overpayment. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now we are entering another W2 and we will see the extra social security withholding as a payment. Okay. Now we already enter one W2
Yes.
to create the new
Can we
sheet.
see the step?
Yes, sure. Now go to view and print. State will be same. No change. 250,000. Go to New York. Income will be 250,000. And withholding we enter 75, right? We haven't changed the withholding amount.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Now we enter one W2. Now we need to enter another W2. But we have only one screen. So what should I do to create the another screen to input the next W2? So press
Page
Control and page down button. Control page down. See here also it is there. Press page down for new screen. Plus control. Okay. So control page down to create the new screen. We got it, right? Let's say this is for taxpayer. Another example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now another W2 were for taxpayer was 300,000, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I am entering 300,000. Now, how much is my federal withholding? 45,000. And my social security wages, it is flowing automatically. Medicare wages 4350 5250. This is taking automatically. Let me enter 4350. Okay, 4350. We'll see what happened. So 450 will remove automatically. Now let's say a state withholding will be 65,000. Okay, so what will be output? Page 1 1040, line 1 will be
3 lakh.
I
Five-
like
five-
550.
550,000. So let me go to form 1040. Line 1 says 550,000.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now my federal withholding will go to line 25A. Yes.
Yes.
Total 70,000. Now 450 is still there. Okay. We'll see form 8959. Why? Because we entered only 1.45%.
Yes.
Actually, it is more than 250. So we need to pay additional Medicare taxes as 0.9% on another 50,000. So what happens? Software will generate additional Medicare taxes on form 8959, and schedule 2 will generate for the same. Okay. So let's finish this portion one by one. So social security additional wages, additional withholding, $8,537. We are getting as a refund, as a overpayment, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is coming from line 13 of schedule 3. Schedule 3 is for all the payments. Excess social security retailing. Excuse me. Correct? Now, what about schedule 2? 8959 says, hey, wait it. You have entered 550,000 as a total Medicare wages. Okay. So as per the rule, as per the IRS rule, your maximum limit is your limit is 250,000. So you earn additional 300,000. Okay, on which you need to pay 0.9% Medicare taxes. Okay, so what is the additional taxes? 2,700. Everyone got it?
Yes.
Tomorrow I'll going to ask each and every line of W2 from beginning. If you don't understand, you can stop me now. Okay. So 2,700. How we got it, Hemendra?
Yes, sir.
How we
0.9% on a 3 lakh.
300,000, right?
300K, sorry.
Yeah, 300K. So Janvi, how we came up with the 300K? Janvi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
How we came up with 300,000? Okay, Nirmal. ये આ 3 લાખ રૂપિયા ક્યાંથી આ
Yes,
3
sir.
લાખ ડોલર આ $3 લાખ ક્યાંથી આયા મને કોઈ બતાવશે
Excess of 2,50,000.
250,000.
250K
Perfect.
is the base limit.
Perfect.
W2.
જો સિમ્પલ લેંગ્વેજમાં કહું ને તમને લોકોને $2.5 લાખ થી જેટલી બી ઉપરની એમાઉન્ટ થશે ને એની ઉપર ટેક્સ પેયરે 0.9% એડિશનલ મેડિકેર વેજીસ મેડિકેર ટેક્સીસ પે કરવું પડશે. ઓકે,
Yes.
એટલે total wages is 550,000. So we just remove 215, which is limit. Now remaining 300,000 taxpayer will going to make a payment as a Medicare additional Medicare taxes. Okay. So this 207,000 will go to line schedule 2. Taxes coming from form 89,
59.
59. Got it, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
एक और चीज दिखाता हूं. Now I am changing from 435 to 7,500. अभी क्या होगा?
Refund.
I know you people are hungry, but ये तो अभी भी आ रहा है. और page 2 says
8,960.
from 450 to 3,600. कैसे आया? किसी को भी कुछ आइडिया आया?
सर आपने वहां पे कितना अमाउंट डाला था?
7,500 डाला था हमने. See, additional Medicare taxes will be 0.9%, right? So 0.9% में जितनी वो तो यहाँ पे आएगी, लेकिन जो रिमेनिंग $3,600 है, ये यहाँ पे you will get a calculation here. See, total Medicare wages will be Medicare taxes should be 11,575. बट यहाँ पे एक्चुअल कितना होना चाहिए? 7,975. तुमने पे कितना किया है? 11,575. तो हाँ, तो जितना भी एक्सेस हुआ ना वो पैसा वो वापस आएगा, लेकिन ये जो 27,700 है वो दिस विल रिमेन द सेम. व्हाई? बिकॉज दिस इज द कंपल्सरी 0.9% ऑफ योर एडिशनल मेडिकेयर वेजेस. गॉट इट?
Yes.
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 अभी दूसरी चीज, I am going to now, for example, by mistake, I have entered this W2 in incorrect taxpayer. Like I shouldn't enter this W2. However, I have entered it. So if I want to delete this screen, what should I do? Right click,
Delete screen.
or you can see the shortcut here.
Control.
Okay, which one you want to say delete? Select the appropriate line item, click on the delete. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, so this is the way you can delete it. Now, for example, I want to create new one. Control page down. Let's say spouse. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay. Now I want to go back to the taxpayer screen. What I will do? Control Shift Tab. Sorry, Control Tab. Control Tab. I want to see the next screen, means additional entry Ohio. This is the tab. Control tab. Once I press the control tab, I'll get the additional entry. After that, if I control tab, press the control tab, I'll get the Ohio entry. Okay. And if I want to go to the next screen, control page down. If I want back, come back to the previous screen, control page up. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
W2G. What is this?
Gambling income.
Gambling income.
Okay. It's
Okay.
is it occasional income or recurring income?
Occasional.
Occasional.
Okay. If it is a occasional income, suppose for example last year taxpayer won the 500,000 lottery. Is it possible to win the same year, same in the current year?
No.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Not possible.
Not possible, right? So we cannot ask W2G as a missing info. First of all, okay, we can ask missing information if you have any W2G in current year. But if we cannot ask to the client, hey, last time you got W2G from Casino Royal, so please provide for this, provide the same for 2020. Okay, so this is the occasional items, but we have to report it. So in gambling case, we have two situations. Either we can win or either we can lose the game. Okay. So if it is an income, do we need to pay tax?
Yes.
Yes.
So in the case of loss, do we need to will get the deduction for the same?
No.
No.
It can be against the gambling income only.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. Okay. So
Yeah.
your gambling loss will be set up to your gambling
Income.
Income.
મારી પાસે $100 ની લોટરી લાગી પણ $100 નો લોસ થયો છે તો $100 સુધી જ મને ડિડક્શન મળશે. પછી ભલે મને સપોઝ ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ મારી પાસે $100 વિનિંગ એમાઉન્ટ છે પણ $500 લોસ એમાઉન્ટ છે તો બાકીના $400 ઉપર મને કશું નહીં મળે. સમજ્યા તમે?
Yes.
ખાલી $100 સુધી જ મને ડિડક્શન મળશે. Now we gonna enter this W2G into tax software. I know we are running late, but more maximum 5-10 minutes. Okay. So W2G, I don't know where it is. So can you help me to find out the input?
Below wages W2.
Very good. So Mary Smith, taxpayer or spouse?
Spouse.
Spouse. So what is the EIN number? 1332. I can copy. Not possible. 1332499 1332499 58. Wow. Casino Royal. Okay. So what is the reporting winning? 50,000. Date 1 7/11. Slot. Federal withholding 5,000. फेडरल विथहोल्डिंग यहाँ पे है तो पेमेंट में जाएगा ना?
Yes.
Yes.
SN 23413 23413 उसके बाद 244533 244533 then 4. ठीक है. Now next box is winner identification number, box number 9. We already selected spouse, right? It is matching. Look at this one here. Where is this go? Mary Smith. Now first ID, box number 11. So J560 DD43
FBE.
FBE. Second ID do we have? Yes, photo ID. Photo ID. State New York. State ID is the same. Yes. State winning also will be 50,000. Now, do we have any state withholding? $4,500. Now let's check the output. Your federal gambling winning will flow on line on schedule 1, line 8 as a other income, gambling winning. Clear?
Hmm.
Now 5,000 withholding we entered. 5,000 withholding will pop up in line 25. Other forms 5450.
Hmm.
Why it is 5450?
Sir, is 5,000 plus 450.
450 of the other W2.
Yes,
And
yes. No, I surprised because it was 3,600 previously. I forgot we deleted the 300,000 wages. That's why. Okay. So this is perfect. Now we'll go to state New York. Now we go to page number 2 and we see 50,000 New York gambling. Then page 4 withholding will be 4,575.
yes,
Everyone.
four. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now we are going to enter loss, gambling loss. Okay, for gambling loss, it will
Another.
flow on line or it will flow on schedule A. Okay. For
Yes.
example, I have a gambling loss of here gambling loss. I have a loss of 45,000. Okay. So we'll go because gambling loss will pop up on schedule A. See, state withholding will show on line number 5 to 7.
Yes.
Whatever state and local taxes withholding will pop up on line 5A. Real estate taxes 5B. We're gonna discuss later on schedule A, okay? But I want to see the output of federal gambling losses 45,000. So 50,000 minus 45. Net effect आ गई automatically.
Yes.
Clear everyone? Now I am going to enter the loss of 55,000. I'm sure software automatic नहीं लेगा. We have to enter manually. नहीं automatic ले लिया. Wow. Okay. We entered 55,000 as a loss, but still software took automatically up to gambling
Same
winning.
income.
Gambling income.
Clear everyone?
Hmm.
Yes.
Any questions so far?
Sir, it will show whether the carry forward loss also.
There is no loss. Gambling loss.
No, it is showing the state tax. It is adding the state tax.
See, this is adding a state taxes. That's why 4,575 plus 50,000. How much it is?
Okay, 54.
You got it? Or still have a question?
I'm
Can you
wondering
just
that.
show?
Okay. 1 second. Okay. Let me start it from beginning. Whatever with state withholding, state and local withholding, we entered anywhere in the return. Okay. For example, here we have $75. I am deleting now. Okay. Let me enter $1,000. So we'll get a clear picture. $1,000 we enter in this W2. Okay. We have only one W2 now. Delete the screen. Now in gambling loss, gambling winning, we entered 4,500. So 1,000 plus 4,500. How much?
5,500.
Yes. this should show as a state payment, page 4,
Yes.
5,500.
Hmm.
So whatever state and local taxes you paid, you will get a deduction on federal as well on schedule A. Sorry, my system got hanged. Okay, आ गया 5,500.
Yes.
Okay, but this is the limitation of up to $10,000 only. For example, I enter here as a state withholding 15,000. So I will still get a credit as a payment on state return, but my deduction on federal return will be limited up to
10,000.
10,000. See, let's see the New York first. Page 4 says 15,000 plus 4,500 from W2G. Okay, so total 19,500 you got a payment here on the state return, but on the federal return you will get up to only $10,000 deduction. See, it will, you can see here 19,500, but the limitation is for state and local taxes up to all the taxes
10,000.
10,000. Taxes which includes state and local taxes, real estate taxes, personal property taxes, and any other taxes. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Any question?
The question is that if we have a more law, I mean the loss is more compared to the income in the gambling income. Okay, so whether we have any carry forward of that loss?
No carry forward for gambling loss.
Okay.
जो मिला वो मिला, जो गया वो गया. ठीक है?
Okay.
अभी भूख लगी है सबको?
Sir, in W2, I have one thing. In
Yes,
W2,
sir.
in W2, we have also, I see that there is option of W2 import. What is that? I want to know about that.
Yes.
Import W2.
Import W2. So in mostly all the software has a features. If you have a import option, like this is the demo version. Okay, this is the training version. That's why I cannot show you now. But if you're working for any firm and we have features, you can import direct W2 from a respective website.
Okay.
Like for example, mostly you can see the ADP. ADP is one of the payroll maintenance website. So you can click once you click the import button, you will see the screen one by one. So once you provide the information will automatically imported from respective source to this W2 screen.
Okay, so no need to put physical amounts over
Yes, so
here,
no
right?
need to
Manually
enter
enter.
manually.
Yes.
So why we use these features? Because to avoid the typing error. Sometimes what happen if I want to type the $100. So okay, so we have a nearby key 1, 2, 2 and 3, right? So instead of 100, I can press 200 by mistake, right? So to avoid the typo mistake, we always try to import the data and copy and paste the data wherever it
Yes.
is possible. Okay.
So is there option for Excel update import? So,
In
suppose I
somewhere
have
we have an option, but not in W2.
suppose, yeah, I have around 400 or 500 fixed assets, and I need to import it rather than typing manually. So is there any
Yes,
option?
yes, you can enter it. See, I just click on the import W2. So it is asking for wages, dollar number and the control number. Okay. Control number is nothing but you will get it in W2
First line.
here. Control number. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Any question?
No, sir. You can ask the cross question to us.